Hey guys, I'm Solaris. Welcome to my channel, Solaris Fairy Astrology and Tarot, where I channel for you all sorts of psychic messages to help you in your love life using astrology, tarot cards, and oracle cards. Today's video is, what are their unsent messages? What thoughts have they had and haven't told you about or acted on? What messages have they started writing to you and then deleted? What did they not say? I'm also offering an extended where I'm going to channel for you a deeper look into their most important unsent messages from 5 different decks and the reasons why they did not say it to you. So if you're curious about that, then definitely check out the extended. Today you have 3 piles to choose from. The first pile says, "Actually, life is beautiful, and I have time." Pile 1 features a white typewriter and the Hermit tarot cards. Pile 2 says, "A new chapter unfolds with a twin flame black swan and white swan." So you might be in a twin flame match with this pile. The sun rises as the dawning of a new day. Pile 2 features a fairy tale storybook with the Messages of Love Oracle featuring the top card, Leap of Faith. Pile 3 features Shakespeare, To Be or Not to Be, That is the Question. Pile 3 features the Lavender Typewriter and the Untold Truths of the Heart Oracle deck. When you have chosen the pile you would like to watch, go to the description box and scroll down to where you see the timestamps. Click on the timestamp that matches your pile, and that will take you to your reading. I'll see you there. Bye. Hi, Pile 1. Welcome to your reading today, where we are focusing on what are their unsent messages to you. What have they written out and then maybe deleted? What were they going to say, but then they thought better of it? Did they get anxiety and freak out or chicken out? Or did they change their mind? Or were they trying to be more mature? What were they going to say to you but didn't? You guys have picked a really cute typewriter. I absolutely love it. And it says, "Actually, life is beautiful and I have time." So that is wonderful. So I absolutely love this typewriter that you guys picked. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to put this in frame for you so you can see it as we look at your situation today, as I focus on your situation today. You guys have also picked the Hermit Tarot. Oh, ha. Well, it seems like we understand what your person wanted to talk to you about but didn't. But we're going to look deeper into that during this reading today as well. So you picked this deck. I've also picked a deck for you. This is the Star Child Tarot, which is very beautiful. So I'm going to do a relationship spread to start off and layer the Hermit Tarot with the Star Child Tarot. And we're going to check to see what is going on. Also, I have a few crystals to bless your day. So we have this angel aura and a beautiful amethyst. Very, very pretty. All right, so that's in frame for you as well. And now I'm going to start to look at what has been going on in this connection. So first of all, we're going to see a little bit of maybe what were you going to tell your person and you didn't. So for you, on your side, your unsent messages are, and also how you're perceiving the situation to be right now between the two of you. On your person's side, what are their unsent messages? More like present time. So maybe even within like today or the last week, but not too far in the past. This is more like the present moment. So we'll include a little bit of the past into the present moment, because something that like they would have said to you today or yesterday or, you know, in the last maybe time you guys talked or week of time. Now we have these 3 cards, which will represent their unsent messages in the last few months or even beyond that for some of you. So cards representing like a long ago, maybe what they would have said to you last year, or what would they have said to you, 3 months ago, that kind of thing, but they did not. If you guys are a new connection, then I would just say use this for messages that they would have said to you since you guys have met or since you guys have, encountered each other's energy. And then we have a card for messages, what they will most likely want to tell you, and we'll see if they follow through on it or not. Things they would want to tell you in the next 3 months. So in the future. So this month, next month, the following few months. And then a card for like longer term down the road. So what would they want to tell you or be so close to telling you or even tell you beyond a 3-month time? And more messages. I did put the sex card back in the deck. It will be interesting to see if this card does come up anywhere in your spread, in your reading today as well. I will not take reversals for the Oracle, but I will take reversals for the Tarot. And 3 cards for the past. What have they almost sent to you? What have they almost said? Now, also, it doesn't have to be something written down. It could be a conversation in person you guys had, but things that they've almost communicated to you or almost said but did not. And then, okay, we'll say 2 for that. All right, so let's see. All right, so for you, messages that you have not sent to your person. This is also a good way for you to verify if this is your pile. If these are things that you have never even thought about thinking or saying to your person, then this might not be your pile. But if this is something that really resonates with you, then I would say this is probably your pile. And either way, there are probably messages in this pile for you. But of course, if you don't feel like this is your message, then feel free to look at either the next pile or another video. All right, so you almost said sorry. It seems like there was maybe something that you were going to apologize for, but you didn't say sorry about something. So maybe you were going to say sorry and then didn't, or maybe you were going to apologize but then did not. Then I get I'm open to compromise. So it seems like that there is something that you would compromise with your person on, that you would be open to seeing. Could you guys work something out? And then I get my life started when I met you. You might have talked about when you first met them. If you guys met them a lot earlier, like in an earlier section of time in your life, let's say, and that you guys have resurfaced in each other's lives later, then you might be talking or thinking about talking to your person about your childhoods together, or, you know, the beginning stage of your relationship when you guys first got together, that kind of thing. So it seems like you guys would be, or that you were wanting to talk to your person about maybe some solutions that you've come up with or something that you would want to do for your person, an apology, as well as the beginning stage of your connection. Let's see, your tarot. I get 10 of Cups, and I get 8 of Cups in reverse, and I get Knight of Swords in reverse. You might be perceiving your person as not very communicative, or maybe they have sporadic or irregular communication with you, inconsistent communication. You guys might be in a low contact connection, or your person might go through cycles of time where they don't talk. Also, you might have wanted to tell your person, like, no, what were you gonna say? Especially if they were typing something and then they deleted it and then, you know, they said something else. You might have felt like your person was going to or wanted to say something other than what they said. So the Knight of Swords in reverse is you might have wanted to say to your person, like, no, what was it? What did you want to say? But maybe you held back. You also might have been wanting to say something about how they don't communicate a lot. Maybe you wanted to tell them but then didn't, about why don't you talk to me? Or why don't you talk to me as much? Or why aren't you as open as I know you can be? Or why did you not reply to my message or answer my last message? That kind of thing. So Knight of Swords is where you're noticing your person being not that communicative and you wanted to identify it and talk about it. Knight of Swords can also be Aquarius, Gemini, Libra energy. Then I get the 10 of Cups, but it seems like you are very happy with your person. Maybe there was something where you wanted to tell them how happy that they make you, but then you held back on it. Maybe you wanted to share with them joy or happiness about something, and then you realized, oh, I can't say that. So maybe you wanted to share happy news with them, or you wanted to tell them something good or positive, but then you held it back. Or maybe you just wanted to tell them just like how many romantic feelings for them you have, but you held it back. And then I get 8 of Cups in reverse. It seems like you wanted to talk about if you felt like you had to walk away, or if you felt like you needed to take space, or even if they walked away or they needed to take space. It seems like that you wanted to tell them but didn't, about how you don't want to walk away, how you don't want there to be this kind of space or distance between the two of you. So usually the 8 of Cups is a card about somebody leaving, but with it in reverse, it seems like you wanted to talk about like telling somebody like, don't go, don't leave. And maybe you were saying like, I don't want to leave, I don't want to go, or I don't want you to go, or I don't want you to leave this situation, or can you come back? Can we get back together? Can we reconcile? Can we just go back to the way we were? And so maybe those were thoughts that you had, or sentences that you wanted to say, but you held yourself back and you didn't. For your person, unsent messages from them to you. Here we go. There's the card. It did come up and on their side. So obviously, excellent. Okay, so here's a situation. They might have had a fantasy about you where they were or had self-pleasured, and they might have wanted to tell you about this, and then they held themselves back. Like maybe they wanted to say like, oh, I thought about you last night that way, or oh, I thought about you last week, and then they didn't say it. Maybe they thought it wasn't appropriate. Maybe they thought that they should hold back on it. Maybe they felt like they wanted to say something, but then they chose not to. But I get sex and I am coming. So I feel like they probably held back on that. Also, maybe they didn't tell you if they were coming. That might have been something that they wanted to say or should have said but did not say. If that is a scenario, again, that's very few of you. That's just very specific, but I had to include that because I did see that. And I have to say that in a very YouTube-friendly way. So I get this. I'm also getting with your person that maybe they wanted to see you. Maybe they wanted to come visit you or come find you or come pick you up on a date, or maybe they wanted to meet up. And they said, oh, I'm coming. I'll show up. I will be there. But then they held back and they didn't say that, or maybe they didn't show up, or maybe they had to cancel plans, or maybe they wanted to make plans with you and then they felt like they could not, or they had to hold back, or they felt like, oh, I don't know if I will be available then. I don't want to overpromise. So something like that. Also the card trust. I feel like your person might have wanted to say something to have you trust them, or rebuild the trust, or repair the trust, or tell you something in confidence, tell you something that they could only tell people who they do trust, and then maybe they held back. Maybe they didn't feel entirely emotionally safe. Maybe they felt like, I don't know if you can trust me or trust my promises. I need to only say this when I do feel sure, or when I do feel like reliable, when I know I can show up, that kind of thing. So there was that. Maybe they felt like, oh, I could talk to pile one tonight, and then they're like, oh wait, no, this came up, no, I can't. So something like this. I feel like they wanted to make plans. I'm also getting 1-1, so that's 11 or 11th of the month, or January 1st, or the 1st of the month, or January. I'm also getting 15, so it could be January 5th, and again, it could be the 15th of the month, and it could be, I'm just getting 1-1-1 also, I wanted to show you. So I'm also getting, there we go. 1-1-1. So I feel like your person might have also been wanting to say negative things to you, but that they held themselves back so that they could only think positive, or they didn't want to burden you with negativity. The way that I've always learned 1-1-1 to be is 1-1-1 is be careful of your thoughts because you're manifesting. So make sure they're positive so that you can have good results, or make sure they're intentional so you can manifest what you're wanting. Now, I do feel like that obviously you can't do that all the time. One, that's unrealistic, and two, that's toxic positivity. So I would say not all the time, but I would say in this particular case, maybe your person felt like, I want to communicate something, but I want to be realistic. I don't want to be unrealistic. Or I want to be, maybe your person's pessimistic instead of optimistic, or realistic instead of optimistic. Maybe your person felt like, I don't want to, maybe your person felt like they had to have a positivity where they had to have like a false face where they're like, I can only say positive things to pile one. And maybe there's a little toxic positivity in there for them. So maybe there was something like that. Ace of Swords, they wanted to communicate or initiate communication with you, and then they didn't. Then they held back. So there were probably times they wanted to send you messages or just initiate conversations or call you, but then they could not. Either they could not because of their schedule, or they could not because maybe they chickened out, or maybe they changed their mind, or they thought better of it. So there is this, but for some of you, they wanted to initiate communication, but then they didn't. For others of you, they wanted to initiate plans, but then they didn't. And for others of you, they may have wanted to initiate, but they didn't. So it does seem like we're talking about it. Maybe they wanted to have a discussion about sex, and then they were like, oh, maybe I shouldn't. So it seems like your person was trying to walk on eggshells a little bit, but was also trying to be realistic about schedules, plans, and then the nature of your connection. Your tarot for your person is four of crystals. In this deck, I want to say 4 of crystals are pentacles. And yes, so I get 4 of pentacles, I get page of pentacles, and I get those in reverse, and I get 7 of cups. So your person just did not follow through. Your person just did not make a commitment. They might have felt like they had too many things busy in their life and they could not actually juggle you with that. They also might have felt like, because you guys don't have a commitment, that they could not offer these things. Maybe talking about these things would only be appropriate if they were in a commitment. Maybe they did not want to give you false hope of a commitment. But I get with the 7 of Cups, your person having fantasies, but not a commitment. Your person might have had a lot of sexual fantasies, but because you guys don't have a commitment, they felt like it would be inappropriate to say them. So that kind of thing. So maybe they were trying to also be appropriate. So there is this. But I do feel like your person fantasizes about you a lot, and I actually feel like they fantasize about you regularly in a passionate way. And I also feel like that your person holds back because they don't want to hurt you if your nature of your connection is not one that kind of supports that level of sexual connection. But Page of Pentacles and 4 of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like your person felt like maybe you weren't offering to them either. So the Page of Pentacles is usually the card about like the girl giving something small. So maybe they felt like there was no green light with you. Maybe they felt like you weren't giving back, or maybe they felt like you weren't giving an olive branch, or maybe they felt like you weren't initiating or wouldn't be reciprocal. Maybe they felt like they didn't want to open up. Page of Pentacles, I feel like, is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. So that also shows up there as well. And then I always feel 7 of Cups is Piscean, very like Pisces energy, fantasies, but not acting on it sometimes. So I feel like there is this. With the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, usually the 4 of Pentacles upright is the card about being very closed off and not communicating very much, playing it safe, or being a little more reserved. But with it in reverse, I feel like your person felt like they were taking some risks, that they were not as closed off as they probably could have been. Maybe they felt like they could have actually held back even more, but they didn't. Maybe there were some things that they felt like they said to you to give you enough of a hint about what they were thinking and feeling, but without coming outright and saying it. So I feel like your person held a lot back with details and with with specifics of things sexually and specifics of things about plans, but I feel like they gave you enough of a clue about what they did reveal for you to know. So your person feels like they didn't hold back 100%. Maybe they only held back 50%. And maybe with this, maybe they did allude to some things in regards to trust, plans, initiating communication, or even sex. So it seems like maybe there was that. Maybe you guys were talking in innuendos, or maybe you guys were talking in cryptic symbolism, but it seems like your person feels like they were probably being more open with you than they should have been. In the past, what your person had not said to you, but almost did, or felt like they had to hold themselves back, was just how obsessed with you they are. But not only you, but also your body as well. So I am obsessed with your body. Again, we get the number 15, so I want to show this to you as well. So look at this. I am obsessed with your body, 15, and sex is 15. So I feel like, yeah, this is very much confirmation, especially, again, the 15th of the month, or January 5th is strong, or the 1st or the 5th. So I'm getting that is very strong. And then I'm getting, yeah, so I get that they're very obsessed with your body. I feel like they wanted to kind of like, especially with the sex card here, I feel like this has been something going on for a while, something that they've been holding back on repetitively, or for a while now. They've been holding themselves back, not sharing this with you, and not sharing with you how obsessed they are with you and how obsessed with their body they are. I feel like that they still, even this present moment and current day, even still feel this and are still holding themselves back in regards to talking about it. I just wish things were different. So it seems like your person wanted to tell you how they wish things were different. I get that there was like a melancholy vibe with this. Maybe again, they didn't want to ruin the mood, or they didn't want to make the dynamics between the two of you feel like somber and sad. Maybe they didn't want to burden you or hurt you with it. Maybe they didn't want to, and they tried to be all like, no, I'm fine, I'm good, everything is fine, no, I like this. So it seems like that. Also, it seems like maybe your person is one that did not voice to you things in the dynamic that they wish were different, like things they wish were changed. Maybe like, oh, I wish you said this differently, or I wish you weren't going to do that, or I wish you weren't going to say that, or I wish this, that. I wish that my circumstances were different. It seems like your person might not have said like things that they wish you could change in the relationship. Like, oh, could you be more of this or give more of that, or do less of this or do less of that? So maybe your person felt conflict averse and that they didn't want to bring up something to resolve. It seems like your person may have swept things under the rug and just did not voice when things were wrong. So, or as much. So it seems like, or at least there were some things that they did not voice that they could have, and they kept it held back. So definitely things like this. I'm also getting the 7th of the month, or the 7th. Or with the number 7 as well, even July 15th, because I'm getting 7/15 here. So that, and then I get the card, I think so, yes. So I think your person also didn't say yes to things that they could have or should have said yes to. Maybe you were asking them questions. If you were asking for validation or confirmation, maybe they didn't give you that. Or maybe they just said yes, but they did not expand upon it. Maybe they gave you like the bare minimum to not lie or deny something, but that they did not go into it. So there is this. I feel like that your person also felt like they didn't tell you when they were sure of something, and maybe they held back giving you that validation, or that kind of like, yes, I want this, or yes, I think so, or yes, I should do this, but then they held back on that. 3 of Wands, that could have been a fear of rejection. 3 of Wands, King of Cups, and Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay. There might have been a time period where you guys were blocked, or you blocked your person. Time periods where you guys were in a no contact. Maybe you guys had broken up in the past, or you guys had gone through a time period of not talking. Because I get that the 3 of Wands is there is a distance that happened between the two of you in the past. Maybe this was a time where you guys had broken up or were in separation. A time where you guys were not talking or were geographically or emotionally separated. But then I get the King of Cups. I feel like your person was filled with love, was wanting to communicate with you and wanting to communicate all the love to you. But then I get the Queen of Swords. They either thought that you would not reply, or maybe they were blocked, or maybe you, because it shows like you took your communication away. So maybe you stopped talking to them. Maybe you deleted them. Maybe you blocked them. Or maybe there was like a ghosting on your part towards your person at some time. Or maybe you felt like you could not talk to them for whatever reason. So I get the Queen of Swords in reverse. Usually a woman, a queen, that communicates a lot, but it's in reverse. So there was a time in your past where you guys were separated, you guys were distant, probably a breakup or a separation, where either they were blocked or you deleted them or you stopped communication, or maybe you told them not to talk to you. But for whatever reason, it seems like you were gone, you had withheld it, and you had taken yourself away, but that they were still giving so much love. It was during this time period where they wanted to talk to you and either respected your space and your distance and your boundaries, or and maybe you set a big boundary, maybe you even set up a wall. But they at that time wanted to talk to you, and then they chose not to. They chose to not send the message because you had probably set a boundary or a limit. And that was a time where they wanted to tell you how they wished that the dynamics between the two of you were different, especially if you guys were in separation or broken up, especially if you said, don't talk to me anymore, especially if you were like, I don't ever want you to hear from you. And then they also wanted to tell you just how much they were still thinking about you sexually, how much they were still obsessed with your body. Again, because you were broken up or in separation, they felt like it was probably not appropriate to say, and they held back. So there was this. So yeah, I feel like a lot of the unsent messages from your person in the past would have been time periods where you guys were broken up or in separation. Now, this could be ongoing. This could be still going. You guys might still be in a no contact or in separation. I feel like you guys are still in some contact for most of you, but for some of you, you could be in a no contact. You guys might still be entirely 100% not talking, or 100% blocked, or 100% not in each other's lives. In the future, your person actually might start to be so emotional that they have to get professional help. So I get seek professional advice. In the future, I feel like your person's going to want to tell you that they need to get therapy, that they need to get a coach, or they need to get a counselor, or they need to maybe get a life coach, or maybe they need to get a advice on a business matter. But it seems like your person is going to feel in the future that they need to get therapy, or they need to get advice, or they need to get professional help. And that will be an opportunity for them to communicate this with you. We'll see how likely it is with these cards as well. So they're going to want to talk to you about therapy or advice or coaching or something, because they're going to be in a lot of pain. So they're going to be really sad. They're going to be in a lot of pain. They're going to feel like they need professional help or professional advice to get through this. And then it says, please give me time. I've never felt this way before. I also get the number 9. So that can apply a lot to people born in September, or people born on the 9th of the month, or on the 9th of the month. This might be a situation. So it seems like, yeah, your person is going to feel like, wow, I need time. I've never felt this way before. I really need to process my feelings. I need to process the pain that I'm in. I need to get therapy and I need to get help because I'm in a lot of pain. I'm in a lot of grief, and this is really hard and this is really sad. Your person might not have this in regards to you. Like maybe they're going through a death in the family, maybe they're going through a major loss of a career, but for whatever reason, I feel like your person's in a lot of pain. It's probably most likely in regards to you, but I feel like your person will definitely be needing extra help or advice than even normal. And then I get 5 of Swords, I get 9 of Cups, and I get 6 of Cups. They're not going to tell you this. They're going to keep this to themselves, and they're going to suffer silently. The reason why, most likely, for most of you, most likely, so I get the 5 of Swords. This is a card of self and selfishness, keeping things to yourself, being alone, being by yourself, and going off on your own. Even deserting people who love you, or isolating yourself from people who love you. It can feel like an abandonment or a rejection. Sometimes it could be like a ruthlessness. Other times it could just be like a self-isolation. Because when we go through a lot of pain or depression or grief, we can isolate ourselves or not be social or not want to talk. In addition to that, I am also getting the 9 of Cups in reverse, because I'm getting that your person is very sad. They don't really feel pleasure, and they might even actually not enjoy activities that they used to like. That's kind of a standard definition of depression, is somebody that is really losing interest on things that they used to love doing. It's a loss of pleasure and loss of happiness about even like things that they really liked. So your person is probably going to be going through that section of time in the next few months. And then I get the 6 of Cups in reverse, and they feel like this is usually about reconciliation, getting back together, really bonding and uniting. But with it in reverse, I would say that, yeah, your person feels like they can't unite with you on this. They can't tell you this. Maybe they don't want to burden you. Maybe they see you happy and they're like, I don't want to make pile one sad with my sadness. I don't want to burden them, or I just need to tough it out. I just need to be strong. I need to keep it to myself. So yeah, so whatever reason, I feel like your person probably hides this. You might be able to sense it, or you might be able to tell if you guys have some communication, but I feel like your person might mask this or try to tough it out or tough through it, or just kind of move forward in this way. I could be your hero, baby. Listen to your heart. And I get the universe, the world. So beyond 3 months, beyond this hurdle, beyond this obstacle and challenge, I do get that your person with I could be your hero, baby, that's a 6 of Wands. It's a Leo energy. And I get in regards to your person that your person, after they go through this tough time, they can be resilient and they can bounce out of it. So maybe they just need to purge it. Maybe the professional help will help them. Maybe they're like, I can't bring this to pile 1. I need a doctor. I need a therapist. Like maybe they're like, this is abnormal pain that I can't burden people with, my loved ones. I need to bring it somewhere like professional. So your person wants to come in like a hero. Your person will start to have their energy back, their happiness back, their resilience back, their strength and their courage back, and your person's going to come back in and they're going to be a hero to you. I would say this is most likely something that they will say. I get listen to your heart. Your person is probably going to communicate to you something very heartfelt, very vulnerable, very much in their heart, very much something to be your hero. And I feel like, yes, your person is going to try to rise to the challenge. So it's kind of like the metaphor of a phoenix rising from the ashes. So your person definitely goes down to their dark night of the soul, and then they rise up out of it like a hero or like a phoenix rising in the fire, in the Six of Wands or Six of Fire. And then I get the universe. This is usually the world card. Yep, so this is the world. So I would say that yes, your person here is, they either feel like they need to come back in because you guys have been in separation for too long, or you guys have been broken up or over for too long, or they see the whole world in you and they're like, I need to race back in. So I feel like your person might just need a little bit of time to figure things out. I feel like your person would tell you. I feel like because you guys have a very strong soulmate connection, the universe, I feel like you guys could be twin flames or soulmates, that you guys have like a spiritual connection that goes beyond just like human connection. And I feel like your person wants to be your hero. Maybe also you need a hero at the time. Maybe you need somebody to help you at this time, and they can. Or maybe your person just really needs to like finally pursue their heart and share that with you. So I feel like your person might finally snap back into alignment and get better. Not that they are ongoingly, chronically out of alignment in the general spread, but I would say that like at least in the 3 months coming up, they might be going through that or going through that hardship. So I feel like they snap back into alignment at least after that. For others of you, of course, your person has maybe been out of alignment for a while. And so your person, I feel like, is actually going to be starting to really have to work through some of their shadow sides in big major ways in order for them to progress in life in general. All right. Now, I do have an extended today, and I obviously have gone long already, but I will do one more spread of cards, and then we'll go to your final message, and then we'll go to part 2 of the reading in the extended, and we'll look at more unsent messages from them to you. I'll show you the card decks that I'll be using, and we will look deeper into their unsent messages. Especially for you guys, because I feel like your person is going through a tough time, or your dynamics are very complicated, so it might actually help you guys out a lot more to hear and see more. All right, so I'm going to go to some Stellar Energy Oracle, and I'm going to pull 5 cards now to see some unsent messages from them to you. Unsent messages that they would have said to you but deleted. Messages that they wanted to say, these ones, but they didn't. Wow. Okay. So they definitely, for most of you, you guys are in a no or low contact or in a separation. So number 1, I'm getting like all 4 of these go together. This one is fine enough. It's not negative. It's just like not as juicy. All right. So number 1, I get happy ending, new beginnings, second chances, and budding romance. So I feel that your person, what they've been wanting to tell you, but that they've been deleting or not telling you, is how much they want a second chance with you, how much they want a new beginning, how much they want a happy ending, and how much they want this relationship and this romance between the two of you to thrive, how much they want it to grow, how much they want it to improve and get better. I feel like your person wants to reconcile, and they have been deleting it. I feel like your person has been wanting to get together. They have been wanting to start to, make this relationship better, and they have been holding back. They haven't been doing that. Instead, what they have been doing, but again, not sharing with you, is I get the card breathe in, breathe out. So instead of being impulsive or acting on passion, you're with wanting a second chance, wanting to have a happy ending with you, wanting a new beginning, wanting to deepen the love, increase the love, get back to being romantic together. I feel like your person just was like, no, I just need to center. I just need to ground. I just need to breathe. I just need to calm down. I just need to regulate my emotions. So your person looks at being drawn to you as like a failing, as something that they maybe shouldn't do. Maybe there's a forbidden nature to this love. Maybe there's a taboo love. Maybe this is a love that they feel like cannot be, and they feel like what they want with you is wrong, and that they just need to breathe through it and get over it, and they just need to work through it and like let it go. Maybe they feel inappropriately attached to you, and maybe they feel like that you guys can't be together for whatever reason. And so your person is like, I just need to calm down. I just need to regulate. I just need to breathe. Yet also they're not sharing with you that they're feeling triggered, or that they're feeling that they're feeling emotionally intense, and that they're needing to like process their feelings and calm down with it. So that's very interesting. All right, now I'm going to go to final message. So, yes, I'm going to take a couple of cards. I'm going to take light side, shadow side messages. I'm going to take ocean of emotion. And I'm going to take journey of love. I'm going to take journey of love and journey of love too. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shuffle these and I'm going to pull four, I'm hearing four piles. No, yeah, four piles in regards to their vulnerable thoughts. I'm going to pull four piles in regards to their emotions. There we go. What emotion they had. Yeah. All right. For some of you watching, your person is kind of suffering. I do get that. I get that that is hard. So your person is actually having a hard time with this. All right. So I get ocean of emotion and journey of love too. All right. So what it is it's going to be, what emotion did your person have which brought about a vulnerable thought? And what they did not say to you is this card. It'll make more sense as we go along, I promise. Or, what was their vulnerable thought which gave them an emotion, which is why they held back and did not tell you this message? All right, so we have the four piles, and I'm going to symbolize them now with crystals. So we have this moonstone to symbolize pile 1. I have this purple amethyst moon to symbolize pile 2. I have this beautiful pink rose quartz to symbolize pile 3. And pile 4 will be symbolized with this fourth pile. This is the green obsidian. So we have 4 piles for you to choose from. You can pick piles. You can pick one pile or multiple piles for this section, but I would recommend picking one pile because multiple piles can be confusing. Feel free to pause the video if you need more time to pick your pile, and then unpause whenever you are ready. Okay guys, well thank you guys so much for watching this video. First, I just want to give a quick little rundown. Thank you for all of your likes and your comments, sharing on your social media and spreading the word and telling your friends. I really appreciate you guys doing that. That really helps me and the channel. I appreciate you guys watching my ads for 30 seconds while they're on silent and you do something else in the meantime. As well as thank you guys so much for the donations that you have been giving to me for the channel. That has really helped keep this channel going as well. And you guys have been sending in tips as thank yous for the readings to my PayPal, Venmo, and Super Thanks. I really appreciate all of that. If you guys have not subscribed, I want to invite you guys to subscribe at this time. Hello, welcome to the channel, and hit the notification bell to get updates of whenever I release all new videos. If you guys would like a private reading from me, my website is fairyastrology.com, and the link is in the description box. I'm giving readings in 15-minute intervals, 15 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes, or an hour, and the pricing is structured accordingly. And I can give you guys a reading on your connection, your situationship, relationship, whatever you like in regards to you and your person or any other area of your life using astrology, tarot, and oracle cards over the phone or over video. And I can use FaceTime, Skype, WhatsApp, or Zoom. So if you need my help, I am here for you. All right. So for those of you who have picked the first pile with this beautiful moonstone, your person has felt, I have found safety in the silence between us. Yeah, nothing matters anymore. I give up depressed. And 25, loyal companion, my love is unconditional. So your person basically felt they wanted to tell you that their love for you was unconditional, that they love you so much, that they are loyal to you, and that they will always be your loyal friend or loyal companion or even loyal romantic partner, especially if they are born on the 25th of the month, or you are, or February 5th, or 25 years old, or the 25th of the month. So your person really wanted to say that to you. But the reason why they didn't was because they felt very depressed. They felt like your relationship did not have hope for a future. They felt like it didn't matter. They might have felt unimportant themselves. They might have felt like they didn't matter. They might have felt like they gave up on this connection. And they wanted to tell you how much they will love you forever, but that they gave up on this. They felt very depressed. They felt like it doesn't even matter if I say this because we're over and I found safety in the silence between us. So they felt like they could not break the silence or break the no contact or break the separation or the breakup to tell you this. So they basically were like, well, why would I even tell pile one this? I mean, we've been broken up for a while. I'm really sad about it. I want to tell them how I still love them and would love them forever. And I even want to be like friends if they won't be my, partner. But there's no point. I just feel really sad and I feel like this relationship is hopeless and I just can't. So your person was going through kind of like a sad, depressed spiral at that time. And they also felt like they didn't want to break the no contact at the time. For those of you who have picked this amethyst moon, your person felt similar because this one I did not see, this one I did. So this one I did see and I was like, yeah, okay, it's very similar to this. I do feel like your person is going through a lot of depression that they don't show you. And I feel like your person will get to a part or a breaking point where it's too much. And that's when they're going to have to get some therapy or some professional help or maybe even some medication, because I'm getting 2 cards that says depressed. This one says misery. And then the card from the Hermit said I'm in so much pain. So your person is secretly dealing with a lot of depression. If not about this situation with you, then definitely in their own life or external circumstances or society or whichever. But I want to say with you because of the way that the cards are structured romantically, I feel it is with you and with the situation. So this card, which is even wearing a mask, it says, I'm haunted by the past and my own inner darkness, misery. So your person feels haunted by things that they have done or not done that they should have done. Your person feels haunted by who they are, haunted by how they've handled things, haunted by they feel like they are a dark person. They feel like they're a bad person. They feel miserable. They don't like themselves. And not only that, it combines with this card, which says shadows. This feels like torture. And I get 27, or the 27th of the month, 27 years old, or February 7th. So that is really intense. So your person's definitely going through a dark night of the soul right now. They're definitely feeling not good about themselves as a person, not good about how they handled the situation. They are very much feeling like this is torture for them, and this is like the hardest thing they've had to go through or endure. The light at the end of the tunnel is light side message, which says, I'm sorry that I criticized you. Okay, so your person might be beating themselves up. They might be feeling like so bad about it. They feel bad that they criticized you in the past, or the negative words that they have said, anything where they might have attacked your character or have said negative insults about you, or anything where maybe they were frustrated and said things out of frustration. It seems like your person feels bad about it, but instead of just apologizing and repairing it with you and moving on, it seems like they get stuck, and they're stuck, haunted, and they're not moving beyond it. So your person feels like they are stuck and kind of trapped in their own kind of stunted energy with this and not forgiving themselves and not moving on. So basically they're not telling you because they feel like they criticized you. They feel bad about it. They were thinking about how they criticized you and what they said. That made them feel miserable. That made them feel haunted by their past. And then that made them feel like tortured. And they're like, I can't tell pile one that I feel horrible because I don't want to be the victim of my own consequences. I don't want to be the victim in this story when maybe I hurt pile one. Maybe they are being tortured by guilt and having a big conscience, especially if they love you unconditionally, which I feel like they do for all the piles. And so they're feeling like I can't burden pile one, telling them that I feel so bad about what I did and what happened, because I feel like if I were to do that, then that would make me the victim, and I'm not the victim here. I am the perpetrator. I am the one that did the thing. So there is this. Now your person might be really taking this out of proportion. They might be like punishing themselves or beating themselves up for something so minor, or your person might have actually royally screwed up and they realized it. So it seems like there is maybe a spectrum of how they have felt, but either way, your person is definitely punishing themselves, whether it is fairly or unfairly. So there is that. For pile 3, with this beautiful rose quartz, an unsent message is, I'm lost without you, emptiness. So it seems like your person wanted to tell you how lost they were without you and empty. So all of your messages are themes. Your person probably lost you. You walked away. You probably stopped talking to them or told them to never talk to you again. You probably were like blocking them. It seems like that your person felt lost without you, especially the number 7. So the 7th of the month is important, or even July. And we did get that as well in the first part as well. So there is this, and your person felt happy, light with, you're an angel in my life. Oh, obviously. They realize your value and your importance. But they didn't tell you how lost without you they were and how empty they felt without you there, because they felt tired. So depression can make you feel really tired or exhausted. And it says, tired, I am exhausted and drained mentally, emotionally, and physically. So your person was thinking about how amazing you were, how you are an angel. And then they were like, oh, but I feel so depressed. I feel miserable. I feel depressed. I feel in pain. And I can't tell pile 1 this, because it's almost like they didn't have any motivation. It was like, oh wow, pile 1 is amazing. They're an angel. But I'm so tired right now. I'm so depressed right now. I just can't even get up. I just can't even walk to the computer. I just can't even pick up my phone. I just can't even type out the words. And they couldn't even tell you how lost without you and empty they were, because they were tired and they were in depression. Pile 4 with your green obsidian. I get that your person oh, never mind. They still are mad at themselves. All right, so all of you watching this pile, and if you're feeling like your person does not feel bad, this is probably not your pile. But I do want to tell you, your person probably does feel bad, and they probably don't share it with you. They probably wear a mask, or maybe you're not in contact and you don't know. But it seems like for all 4 of these final messages, your person really feels bad. And we're going to look more into the extended as well. But this is shadow, and it says, my childhood was difficult and it still affects me. So they hate themselves with the despise card, and it says, I'm full of hate. So they either hate their childhood, or they've gotten angry or rage from their childhood because of the wounds. And it seems like they're very mad, and they're directing it inwards. They're directing it inwards at themselves. And then it says, ascending, we have a special purpose, my love. So your person feels like you have a special purpose together, and they want to ascend beyond this. They want to rise above this self-hatred, this despising of their circumstances. They're despising that they maybe got dealt a bad hand in life, that their childhood was bad. They want to rise above it, and they want to ascend. They want to tell you how they really do feel like you guys have a special purpose together, that you guys can rise above it, and that it's magical and spiritual and beautiful. But because your person feels like their childhood wounds are interfering, and they have a lot of self-hatred, they did not share this with you. Because why would you be with a person like them, they think? Why would you be with somebody that is a bad person, or that is not good? Because they've probably internalized a lot of messages from childhood about themselves that they've been labeled and that they believe is true. And so then they feel like, well, I can't burden pile 1 with this. I don't want to saddle them to my wagon. That's not very good. So that's where your person kind of holds back. All right. So now we're going to go deeper into their unsent messages. For the extended, what I'm going to go into is we're going to look at Untold Truths of the Heart. Now, I'm going to show you 1 card from each of these decks, and then I'm going to layer it and go deeper into the extended of why they didn't tell you this, and other thoughts that they've had that they didn't say. So I get clarity, honesty, intention, and truth. So we're going to see why or what they have clarity about, and why they didn't tell you or share this realization with you. Then we're going to look at Chocolate Candy Kisses, Sugar Rush of Love, and this card is Spiritual Guidance, Angel. Yes, we literally got that they think that you are an angel in their life. So they didn't share with you their spiritual experiences, but we're going to look at what their spiritual experience was and unsent messages about that. We're going to look at their late night thoughts, what they thought about you last night, and what they didn't tell you about what they thought last night. Will you wait for me? So your person didn't tell you that they wish that they would ask you if you could wait for them, and we'll see why. Then messages from Divine Masculine. I've been feeling lost and confused without you. Yes, empty and lost. Exactly. So your person has been feeling empty and lost without you. And then I have a very special 18 plus deck where we're going to see what passionate fantasies they have not shared with you that they have about you. And this one is, oh, frustrated. The longer I can't have you, the more I want you. So this is going to be, a lot of these are more risque, but this card is tame. So I figured I can share this with you. But this is an example of sexual fantasies that your person has had about you. This is the Red Light Oracle, and we're going to use that as well. But I'm keeping that towards the end. So if you don't want to know about that part of it, you can always click off before we go into it. But yes, so your person is feeling frustrated, and we will see more sexual fantasies that they have not shared with you yet. But all right, you guys, that is what I have for you. If you would like to join me in the extended for part 2, feel free to go to the description box and scroll down. You are pile 1, the white typewriter, and I will see you at your reading. And if you guys are not joining me, no worries. I will see you guys in the next video, in the comments, in my archives, or in a private reading. See you later. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading today, where we are focusing on their unsent messages. Now, it is very interesting, the pile that you have chosen, because we're going to be focusing on what did they want to say to you, but maybe they deleted. Maybe did they write you something and then just toss it away? Are they over censoring? Are they over critical of themselves? Are they inhibited? Do they feel like they just can't find the right words? But we're going to look at all of their thoughts, and we're going to look at all of the thoughts that they have not said. But with your pile, what is the most fascinating to me is you are, out of all 3 piles, the one that did not pick the typewriter. So do you feel like your person is more quiet than the other piles? Potentially you do. I love this though, because you don't have a typewriter. You don't have like an active communication, but what you do have is you have the whole book. You have the whole story. And what I love is it seems like there is a lot printed on these pages. And even more than that, what I love is it says a new chapter unfolds. I also love, have you guys checked out in the intro, did you catch the twin flame light side, shadow side, or light side, white swan, black swan energy? That's very fascinating to me. Anyway, I'm going to put your beautiful love story here in the corner so you guys can see it, so it can bless your reading today. You guys have also picked my Messages of Love Oracle deck, which the card that came up for you in the intro and when I was, arranging the whole concept of the video, I always try to match like the decks to the objects and the color schemes and stuff. So I was like, okay, I need to pick Messages of Love because it's white and it goes with the stuff. But then also the pink flowers go with, and color scheme here with the book and with the other typewriters, and it kind of all ties it together. But what's interesting, when I was channeling the pre-selected card to feature in the intro, I got the leap of faith. And I feel like that is a huge theme for your person in this connection. And I feel like your person is like really right on the edge, right on the brink of being able to take a leap of faith into a new chapter with you. And that might be one of their unsent messages that they have going through their head right now, because it's definitely a very strong message that I'm picking up on. But I'm going to put it back in your deck. I'm going to shuffle the cards, and we'll see if it comes out somewhere prominent in your reading, because I always find that to be very fascinating. So we're going to layer the Messages of Love Oracle deck, and I'm going to layer it with a very cool tarot deck that I love. You have some fun crystal energy as well. We'll get to that. I'm going to layer it with a sexy, we have the white swan, black swan energy going on with the golden crystals. We have peach calcite, and we have peach calcite, and we have yellow calcite. So very, very cool, fun, beautiful energy. And I've been seeing this lately. So there's this baby lizard, and it's been crawling up and down my window, which I look out of, which creates the light for the videos, creating this ambient light, all that. So anyways, the last few videos I've been filming, I've been seeing this little lizard climbing up and down, not just like scurrying across like little lizards do, but it's on the window pane glass, and it just climbs up and down the glass, which I find to be very interesting. So you guys might be rising above problems. You may want to check out lizard energy, because that's very interesting. I will put your crystals here Actually, I'll put them here. I'll put them in frame for you here so you can see them to bless your energy today. I'm loving this kind of like peach, golden yellow kind of energy for you. Maybe very solar plexus chakra. You might be feeling like you're needing to be a little more empowered yourself. Or you might be trying to attempt to take the power back, or, you know, be powerful in your intentions and in your words. So I have the Inner Hue Tarot. I'm going to use this and look a little bit to see what's going on with your person. I will have an extended today, so we'll look at that at the end of the reading, what we'll cover in the extended. And to be honest, spoiler alert, I'm filming your pile first. I haven't filmed pile 1 or 3 yet. I don't even know what we're going to cover in the extended. I haven't done the voiceover intro for the beginning of this video or anything yet. I figured that usually I have a structure going in, but today we're just going to wing it. So for you with your person, you guys might feel like you guys are playing things by ear, or your person might be feeling like they are kind of flying by the seat of their pants. Because I feel like for this pile, anything goes. You guys might also have the belief, or your person might have the belief, all's fair in love and war. All right. So with these tarot cards, what I am doing with them is this section and pile over here, we'll talk about how you're perceiving this connection with your person, maybe some unsent words or messages you did not say to your person that you thought about saying or that have went through your mind. This is your person's side, and this is more like what's happening like now, like something that you might have said or ripped up or deleted that you thought about saying but didn't, in regards to more like right now, maybe the last few days, last week of time. This is more of like a little bit of a beyond that in the past. So this is your side, their side. This is the past in regards to like maybe what happened during the last few months, that kind of thing, or maybe even beyond that. Messages that your person might have wanted to send you but then chickened out or didn't send, or thought better of it, or maybe had more self-control, that your person was thinking of sending to you. These will be unsent messages that your person will be sending, or they want to send to you but might delete in the future. And also this is going to also cover zodiac signs that might show up in this reading for you, so to give you extra confirmation. And it also will be talking about kind of also what's going on in this connection. All right, and then this is a beyond 3 months time. So that's more of like farther off into the future. All right, so now we're gonna go check out this situation. So I'm going to do 2 messages that maybe are unsent from your side towards your person that maybe you thought better of, or held back in regards to, or deleted. We'll do 3 on their side because we really wanna know on their side what's up. 3 for the past, what they've thought but did not say. 3 in the future, what they might think but not say, and then more of a beyond a 3 months time future, what they might think and not say. So, all right, let's see here. Acceptance and interference. I'm not taking reversals for these oracles, FYI. So, I get an external party is intruding on this relationship. So, you may have wanted to talk about or address third party energy, especially if you know that you or they are in a third party. Or you might be talking about external people and then you stopped talking about it. So, or thought better of it. This could be coworkers, it could be friends, it could be family dynamics. So you might have thought about saying something about somebody else, third party, to your person and then thought better of it. And it says acceptance, everything happens for a reason. So you might have been trying to talk to your person in regards to other people around. You might have been talking about how you accept maybe interference from other people, or you might be talking about how you accept them as a person, but there are other people interfering. So it seems like you might have been wanting to talk to them in regards to either a third party interfering in this connection, or a third person that pertains to you or them. It could be as simple as you wanting to gossip about your neighbor. It could be as simple as you wanting to share something that you and your like best friend were talking about your person, being like, oh my gosh, guess what like so-and-so said about us and our connection yesterday. You know, it could have been as innocent as that. And then you're like, maybe I shouldn't say that. You might have been talking about family dynamics, like, oh my gosh, my mom thinks, you know, that. Or it could have been about your relationship or their relationship. So for instance, if they're dating someone or you're dating somebody else, you could be talking about that, like, oh, how's your girlfriend? Or, oh, how, you know, oh, my husband thinks, you know, that kind of thing. So I would say for you, there's that situation. And also about how you accept them as a person. So you might have been wanting to give them a compliment or a reassurance about something and then maybe held back on that or didn't. I will take reversals for the tarot. So I get the Queen of Pentacles, I get the Four of Wands in reverse, and I get the King of Wands in reverse. So I'm also getting for you, and this is also kind of trickling now into zodiac signs, I'm getting Queen of Pentacles shows up, which is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy, especially for the feminine. I get King of Wands in reverse, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, especially for the masculine. But you can switch if you want to. It might also be that currently the earth sign energy is in the feminine and currently the fire sign energy is in the masculine, but in reverse. So maybe they're not being very action oriented or being very masculine. They might be in a distorted masculine, or they might not be taking action towards you right now, or they might be in an overly selfish time. So there is this. And then with the Four of Wands in reverse, it seems like you wanted to talk to them about the two of you, about your connection, about the partnership, about the commitment maybe, or the lack of it. So it's interesting. You guys also might have at the time, and this sounds a little random, but you might have at the time wanted to talk to them about man versus bear, where you would pick the bear, because literally this Queen of Pentacles does actually have a bear there. And with the King of Wands, I'll show you this upright so you can see the photo. With this, there is a fox there. So you might have been wanting to talk to them about fox animals, bear animals, zoo animals, wildlife animals, that kind of thing. So there is this. But either way, it seems like right now you're seeing the two of you as being very emotionally bonded, but also not having a technical commitment. You might have wanted to address that with your person and did not. So there is this energy. This one is reverse. Hold on. It's this energy here. So that's what I get for you on your side. For your person's side, that's also a good way for you to verify if you feel like this is you or if this is your pile. Your person has wanted to say, wow, intuition, fate, and obstacles. Okay, your person has been wanting to tell you even very recently. Or if they haven't yet, they might want to tell you within this week of time. Intuition, you already know the answer you seek. Fate, this is a destined partnership. And obstacles, unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. Okay, it seems like your person was really wanting to or was almost ready to communicate to you, or maybe started writing and then deleted, that you guys are a destined partnership, and that in their intuition, they know that you guys are meant to be together. And they probably were getting very close to a confession and then stopped themselves. And it seems like they also might have wanted to talk to you about maybe some of the obstacles in this connection as well. So it seems like maybe they were holding themselves back there in regards to that. So it seems like your person might have been wanting to talk to you about their intuition, how they feel like this is fate or destined, but the obstacles are very real and difficult. They also might have wanted to open up to you in regard to their unhealed wounds, and also how they have been blocking forward movement or blocking this connection from progressing. Because you're witnessing that they are, because the King of Wands in reverse, it's like you're witnessing that they're not progressing this, or that you guys are feeling right now, at least in this current time. They might have progressed this before, but as of now, it seems like you're very aware they're not progressing it. They're very aware they're not progressing it, and maybe they wanted to explain why. In the tarot, ooh, let your intuition guide. Okay, seriously, this is so crazy, you guys. Check this out. So intuition and intuition. Let your intuition guide you. You are what you have been looking for. I feel like your person wanted to tell you that, like, you are what they have been looking for, actually. They also might have been telling you that they've been trying to have a lot of self-awareness lately, or a lot of self-reflection in regards to finding out who they are, or listening to what their true heart wants, or listening to what their intuition is telling them. But literally, look at this, you guys. That's crazy. So, wow, intuition. So they wanted to talk to you a lot about what they intuitively feel to be true, what they intuitively feel like in regards to you and this connection, and how they feel like this has been going. I feel like they've been wanting to tell you that intuitively they know that you're the one, that intuitively they know that they want to be with you. Intuitively, they are very aware that these unhealed wounds are holding them back from you and are blocking you in this connection. I get the moon in reverse. Okay, so the moon in reverse is interesting. On one hand, it is them feeling, ooh, and yeah, Six of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay, So on one hand, they're like really wanting to be a provider. They're wanting to provide to this. If they owe you something, they want to physically give you something. They might want to give you a present. They might want to be a provider financially. They might feel like, oh, I need to give this to pile to like this object, or I need to pay them for something, or I need to help them financially in some way. It seems like maybe they're like, I need to put mutual effort in. They might have been wanting to talk to you about something financial, or they might have been wanting to talk to you about some way where they wanted to help you, or some way where they were really wanting to give effort or participate more. And I feel like they almost feel like, you know, they intuitively want to do this for you. It seems like maybe they intuitively feel like you need this help, or they want to do this. And then with the moon in reverse, see, that's the piece where I'm like, okay, so there's this thing. First of all, I want to check. Okay, no. Sometimes there are zodiac signs additional on these, and that one did not have. With the moon in reverse, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. Yeah, and on this card in particular, it says there's a Pisces symbol right down here, right there. So there is this. Sometimes I hold them over my face for clarity for the camera, so you guys can see it a little better. Sometimes it's a little out of focus if I have it in the same kind of frame as everything else going on. So there is this with the moon in reverse. It can be their worst nightmares, their catastrophizing, or their worst fears that they worry will come true. They might have been afraid to, or wanted to tell you about, or open up to you about, but then felt nervous to open up to you about their deepest, darkest fears, their confusion, the difference between their intuition, which they know because they got that twice, versus what are they still in the dark about, or not sure about or confused about. It seems like on one hand they're getting some clarity because the moon upright can be literally itself confusion. With it in reverse, it can be clarity, or it can just be like deeper into confusion. But with this paired with the two intuition cards, I would say that this is very strong. I feel like your person might have been wanting to tell you something about what they know in their soul, something that they know very strongly or very intuitively, that, and it's interesting, you already know the answer you seek with, you are what you have been looking for. So I feel like your person has been really wanting to communicate with you about something psychic, about something intuitive, maybe even about, sometimes the moon can be dreams, maybe their dreams, or it can sometimes be their fears. So that is a very strong, very powerful thing, especially again, Pisces energy. So your person has been really wanting to open up to you about all of that. All right, in the past, what they have wanted to say but didn't. Obsession, time apart and different pages. Number one, they were going to or almost sent you something in regards to that, like opposites attract, or that you guys are very different, or that they feel like you guys want different things. It seems like maybe they were clarifying that to you, or would have clarified that to you, but then they didn't. Maybe they held themselves back from verbalizing that. Also, it seems like maybe they were going to say that, you know, you guys had different opinions, or you guys had different wants in regards to how you wanted to structure this relationship or situationship. Also, your person might have been wanting to say something to you before they went out of town or before they traveled, where it says some distance will help bring clarity. Interesting, the word clarity that comes up, which is also with intuition twice, and also with the moon, which can be confusion and intuition. So it does seem like they wanted to say maybe like going on a trip, or having some geographic distance, or having some emotional distance from you would give them some clarity about something. So maybe they thought like, oh, I just need some time and space to think, but maybe they didn't say that to you. Maybe they just took the time and space, or maybe they just went on their trip without saying something first. It seems like, yeah, your person might have been wanting to say something before those things happened, or they might have been wanting to address you guys being on separate pages, or wanting different things out of this connection, but then did not say it. But then what they really also almost said to you is how obsessed with you they are. They almost had a confession of feelings. They almost told you how obsessed with you they are. They almost told you how they keep thinking about you. It says someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. Your person may have OCD or a ruminating mind. They might have kind of this like repetitive cycling over and over and over with the same thoughts about you. I would say that your person might have told you about, or almost told you about, like their infatuation for you. And then I get Maiden of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, and Judgment. Now, the Knight of Cups and Judgment are in reverse. There is a Pluto on Judgment. So I would say that what's interesting about this card is there may be Scorpio energy that shows up. So, and Judgment is also Libra energy. So maybe Libra Scorpio energy, or maybe during Libra Scorpio season, they wanted to tell you this. So think back to what happened October, November last year. Or even if you're watching this as timeless, if you're watching this, let's say in December, then, October, November, maybe this year. So maybe recent. But I would say, so it seems like your person time frame wise was going to want to tell you that they're having a very hard time making choices. They're having a very hard time executing something or putting something into motion. And I feel like that's maybe something ongoing that they still even feel. That they're having a hard time being able to choose and decide. That they have a hard time knowing what their soul, in their true soul, wants to do or knows what they should do. They might feel like they know the truth, but it's inconvenient and it would change their life and they don't want to deal with that. Or they're scared to deal with that. The moons can represent fears. It could be that they're afraid to change their life. They're afraid to honor their soul. They're afraid to go in the path that they're meant to go. So there is this. I get the Knight of Cups in reverse, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So I'm getting a lot of water sign energy. With this Knight of Cups in reverse, it seems like, again, your person was feeling a lot of romantic feelings but didn't share them. They might have been feeling, again, confused versus their intuition. I think clarity versus their intuition is a very repetitive theme in this connection as well as in your person. And I don't feel like you have that. I feel like you're clear, but I feel like your person is trying to still figure some things out or still trying to straighten out their own mind about some things. But yeah, with the Knight of Cups, I feel like your person really wanted to share with you or tell you just how much they wanted to figure this situation out and that they didn't know in their soul what to do romantically. I also feel like this is very much pertaining to if there are third parties, that if your person's in a relationship or you are, that they're trying to figure out, are we meant to be together, you and I, or are we meant to be with other people if we're already dating other people? So I feel like that. And again, interesting, I'll show you this. I feel like your person has been having a hard time being alone. So I get the Knight of Cups, where you can see that this person is just kind of by themselves in the middle of the ocean on this rock, kind of having this alone time, almost like the Hermit energy, where your person was trying to really kind of find their truth and their wisdom by being alone. But with it in reverse, maybe your person has had so much clutter from life, so much clutter from work and family and friends and going here, there, and everywhere, or being very bogged down with responsibilities, that it's like your person was having a very hard time having alone time in order to get clarity in regards to you in this connection, that maybe they were never able to just have a minute to be by themselves to hear their own thoughts, is kind of what I'm feeling. And in the past, I get the Maiden of Pentacles, and I get it upright, and there is still, again, that little baby bear. And it seems like you guys share the same understanding of you. So it seems like your person might be trying to figure some things out in themselves, but it seems like the way your person thought about you and the way you think about you is very, very similar, because I am getting, this queen and this princess or maiden, both with bears. So I'm getting with this, how you can see how there is that energy with you guys. I feel like bear energy is very protective, and especially mama bear energy, very protective. So your person might feel like you are very nurturing or very protective over them, and they might kind of pick up on your protection, which is beautiful. Interesting, they might feel like you're a little more youthful or younger or immature than maybe you see yourself. So there is this. They might see more of the vulnerable or youthful parts of you. They might have known you from when you were younger, like significantly younger than you are now. So there is this, or there might have been a student energy here, or knowing each other from school or classmate energy, that kind of thing. So there is that. And I also feel like they view you as somebody that is sweet and pure and kind of optimistic and looking up at see this girl is having dreamy energy towards these leaves or connecting to nature, and so your person might see that or pick that up on you. So there is this. So I like this energy, and I feel like, again, yeah, you and your person kind of like are on the same page with that, and that they might have wanted to share with you these compliments or this perception of you, how they appreciate your protection, they appreciate your nurturing, they appreciate your sweet purity and your dreaminess and your, you know, simplicity with how you just love life and love the sweet things and the little treasures of life and that kind of thing. Wow, in the future, what they want to tell you, but they may have a hard time getting the words out. Now, I don't want to say that they're not going to say this to you. They could easily say this to you. But I would say something that they really, really are like dying to say or really, really wanting to say. I get passion, stability, and soulmate. Try something you've never done before. Leap of faith. This relationship can stand the test of time, and your soulmate loves, accepts, with the acceptance card, and respects you unconditionally. So they want to tell you where in the future that they really can see how you really truly accept them for who they truly are as a person. And that is very healing for a person to know that they are completely loved and accepted for who they truly are. That is very, very healing, especially if that person, which most people have gone through situations where they have not been loved and accepted for their true self. Maybe I can kind of stack them like this. Yeah. Okay, so because I want to show the camera. Okay, so very, very cool. I love this for you guys. So yes, so your person is really wanting to share that with you. Now, I think it really, with the future, it's still unwritten, but I would say unwritten with this interesting book. But I would say that, yeah, and I feel like your person feels like you guys have a whole story unto yourselves that you guys could write and explore and develop, and it's beautiful. But yes, so I feel like your person feels so much passion for you and definitely wants to take a leap of faith into the unknown to do something maybe with you that they've never done before. And that's a positive, good thing. And then stability, they feel like you guys really could make it. And then the soulmate energy, just they feel like so much soulmate love with you. And they probably feel like a life purpose with you or like something that they must do on a soul level. And that's probably what they were trying to experience or understand in regards to the judgment in reverse, but they weren't able to maybe get there at the time, but maybe I feel like in the future they'll be able to get there more. And then I get the Knight of Wands in reverse. Yeah, good. Okay, Ace of Swords upright and the Temperance. Okay, so I would say within the next 3 months, your person is going to have enough courage and bravery to tell you this. So the Ace of Swords is literally the card of communication. So I feel like for this, your person is most likely going to tell you this verbally. I really like this. They might have a hard time finding the words, or they might have a hard time finding the courage. But I would say for most of you watching, they will do it. They will follow through with it, and they will find that courage somewhere. So there is this. So the Ace of Swords is really good. I love this card for you guys in regards to this connection, and I feel like your person will have a lot of strength and bravery, especially during an air sign month, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So think about where your calendar is right now and think about which month is the soonest to you, if it's Gemini or Libra or Aquarius, which is May, June, or September, October, or January, February. I'm also getting very strong energy with Sagittarius energy. I get Temperance, which I always look at the card as destiny, but I also see that others, readers, look at this as patience, so I can interpret it as that as well. So maybe your person has had to be patient for the two of you to get together. Maybe they have had to have patience with their own kind of learning curve in regards to understanding their intuition and the clarity of that. It seems like maybe they've had to have a little patience in regards to their own bravery to be able to get up the nerve to be able to do this. So I'm getting Temperance. Your person is going to feel like you guys are destined, especially with the Stability card and the Fate card and all of it. And then it says Knight of Wands in reverse. And what I like about this, what's interesting, first of all, we get the Princess of Coins connected to the Queen of Coins, which is good. So I like how we have like the Pentacles energy connects together. The young one grows up to this or matures. And maybe in the past you were maybe more like youthful or childlike in some ways, and now you are more seasoned or wise, now. Or more of like a wife, more of like a spouse type, more of like a long-term girlfriend, boyfriend type. And then I get also with like the King of Wands and the Knight of Wands. Again, this represents kind of like this young energy of fire sign energy growing up to be this King of Wands. masculine energy. Now, obviously on your side, we did get the King of Wands in reverse, but what I love, and we got the Knight of Wands also in reverse, but what I like about this is usually the Knight of Wands coming in is more of like a player. But with this person in reverse, I get that your person is trying to not let their lust for you or their sexual passion for you, their passion, with that passion card, that they're trying to not let their passion rule the show and make choices that they would regret or that would hurt you or that would hurt them or hurt other people, that kind of thing. So I feel like they're going to try to control their sexual desire and lust for you. They're going to try to control their passion so that it's not only this, but that the passion is like an additional beautiful energy towards the soulmate love that you guys already have. So I think this is great. Your person doesn't want to destroy everything and like burn it all down. So that's good. Again, fox energy connects as well. So you guys might want to look up fox energy and bear energy, which are the strongest animal totems that are coming through, and lizard energy. Strongest animal totems that are coming through. And also I love how in this particular card, your person is really trying to like, I feel like your person might be a little frustrated or sexually frustrated right now as well. And also the Sagittarius energy with Knight of Wands can also be very like blurting out of things. So I feel like your person's going to try to not like blurt things out stupidly. I feel like they are very methodical with what they say. And I feel like they're very thought out about what they say with you. And so they might have a lot of impulsive words or thoughts that they hold back because they are very, very like cautious or like, I want to say like methodical with what they say. Again, Aries, Leo energy can also come through as well, but definitely strong Sag. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. So number one in the future beyond 3 months, your person, I'm getting the Six of Cups. I'm getting butterfly energy, which is very beautiful and strong, and even spider energy and other little insects and everything. But what I love about Six of Cups, this is a beautiful card in regards to connecting with like soulmate love. They're going to be thinking about you in a very nostalgic way. They're going to be thinking about wanting to get back together or wanting to make things official. They're definitely thinking about the soulmate bond and the romantic feelings and like the sweetheart energy. And then it says regret. Somebody feels remorse for the way they treated you. So your person is going to feel bad about how they did maybe not show up immediately or the time that it took for them to figure things out. Or maybe they felt like they needed to like give more to you, but for whatever reason they have some regrets. They feel bad about like stuff that they've already done. And it seems like maybe they feel like they fumbled the ball with you, or maybe they feel like they, you know, were supposed to be more masculine and assertive in their energy and they weren't, or whatever. Maybe they felt like they were supposed to be more wise and have more clarity, but they couldn't, or be more brave, but they were scared. So it seems like they have regrets about their own failings in a way, or their own where they did not live up to their own standards or expectations of themselves. But I love this is beautiful. So I feel like they do want to come together with you and tell you this. So I would say, again, this is very most likely that your person will actually follow through with communicating this to you. All right, well, I know we've already gone half an hour, and I didn't want to go so long on this part of it because I wanted to get to more unsent messages for you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one more unsent messages to you from your person before we get to your final message, and then I'll do more message cards in the extended. That will be how I will structure it for you guys, because I feel like you guys did not get so many unsent messages on this part, and that might be because you guys did not pick a typewriter, you guys picked a book. You guys are picking an ongoing story that you guys are writing together, which is very beautiful. All right, so I'm going to do 5 stellar energy oracle cards in regards to things your person did not say to you, things that they wanted to say or could have said but did not say. So closed off. Yes, I feel like it's one because your person was maybe very closed off, or maybe they were being too rigid with their boundaries with you. Maybe they felt like there were inappropriate things and they didn't want to say something inappropriate. They didn't want to say something that could get them into hot water or, you know, disrupt or create. I feel like they didn't want to say things to create chaos. They did not want to do something that would be not wise. And then it says guarded, defensive, resistant. So I feel like your person might have even wanted to communicate to you boundaries, and they didn't communicate boundaries. They might have wanted to communicate to you, but they were too guarded or too closed off. They also might have been wanting to connect with you, but they were in a very resistant or defensive spot. So there is this. Being closed off may blind you to the truth. And, being closed off may blind you to the truth and block new opportunities. So I feel like maybe they were blocking a new opportunity with you, and they were being in denial about this connection, and they were trying to be in denial. Then I get moving forward. Yes, your person was also wanting to tell you that they wanted to progress and move forward with you, but that they were not able to get the words out, or they weren't able to tell you this. So I feel like your person was really wanting to connect with you. I get movement, I get endings and cycles. Your person might have been wanting to talk about an ending. If you guys are in separation, you guys, I feel like your person might have been wanting to talk to you about the breakup, or about an ending, or maybe about an ending of some section of time or some phase or that kind of thing. Like, let's say you guys worked together and then they quit their job and they left, and they never told you about like how it affected them when they left their job and couldn't see you anymore, you know, that kind of thing. So also they might have been wanting to talk to you about some kind of ending. Maybe they went through a breakup with somebody else and they wanted to share that with you and they didn't. So it seems like that. And then it says you are moving forward into a new chapter. No way. Okay, I have to literally tell you this. This is so crazy. The synchronicity that comes up in these readings is like insanely amazing. So look at where it says a new chapter, and then look at where this literally says a new chapter, right? How crazy. So your person really wanted to tell you that there's a new chapter. They wanted to start with you, but they were closed off and they were guarded and they were resistant to it, and they didn't. So they probably were meant to maybe progress with you sooner than now. And they probably weren't able to talk to you about it. And maybe they were scared, or they were, they just stayed in secret admirer energy. They might have wanted to tell you, or maybe they even typed up, but then they were deleted, about how they have feelings for you or crush on you, or that they are a secret admirer of you. So yeah, it seems like your person had to they were very closed off to moving forward. So they just stayed in secret admirer energy. They just stayed one of your like number one fans from the like lurking in the shadows, basically. And it says intrigue, watchful, and attraction. They were going to tell you about their attraction to you, but they didn't. They were going to tell you about how mysterious you are and how intriguing and how attracted you are, how attracted to you they are, but they didn't. How much they watch you and how much they admire you, how much they probably see your stories and you don't know it, or look at your posts and they don't know it. You've caught someone's eye, so that's cool. And on here, there are the numbers 4 and then 2. So I get 4422. So there is this. So maybe April 2nd or April 4th or February 2nd are important numbers or dates for you guys. And then I get time out. Okay, so yeah, it seems like your person, again, they may have needed to take some space, but they didn't maybe verbalize this to you. This can happen a lot if you've been ghosted, or if you have not heard from your person in a while, or they went off and did other things, but they never gave you the heads up. So it seems like they needed to communicate to you, but they might have almost communicated to you and then they didn't. And it says, timing, patience, waiting, time is of the essence. It also seems like your person hasn't told you about how patient they are in this connection, about how much they hope you guys can have a future down the road, and how much they've been waiting or waiting around for you. So that's very interesting. And then I get coming together. Look at that. Not only does this literally say new chapter, but this has literally the swans that also show up in here. This is crazy. So I just have to show you this. Very, very, very interesting. The 2 swans and the 2 swans. That is like crazy, 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 crazy. Okay. So Soulmate card. Coming together. And it says reunion, destiny, and melting. Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, meeting. But I feel melting and meeting together. Okay. Reunion, destiny, melting, and meeting. Destiny has brought you together. It seems like they wanted to talk to you about how they really feel like you coming into their life was a destined meeting, that you guys were absolutely meant for a reason, that you absolutely have a strong connection and a strong bond, that they want to reunite with you, they want to reconnect with you. So very, very strong, and how they want to meet up. So that is something they did not say. All right. Now I'm going to go to your final message. So I'm going to go to light side, shadow sides, and then I'm going to go to hermits, even though you guys did not pick that for your main pile. If you are at all drawn to pile 1, you might have a connection there. I don't know, because I have not channeled pile 1, but I will say I want to look at, okay, actually, here we go. We're going to do this. I'm also going to add Ocean of Emotion. So I know I'm going way over, but I'm just going to because I feel guided to do that for you guys. All right. So we're going to pick, first of all, the underlying emotion. We're going to do 3 piles. The underlying emotion that triggered a light side or a shadow side thought from them. This is the thought that blocked their communication, that made them not send their message. And then I'm going to do what they would have said with the Hermit. Okay, so their underlying emotion, what has triggered a unconscious thought or like a pattern that they need to break, or, you know, something that has made them not send the message. And then this is the message they would have said. Okay. All right. So I'm going to symbolize this with a couple of crystals. I'm going to take this black tourmaline quartz energy and I'm going to bless your pile here. So if you're attracted to pile number 1, I have that there. For pile number 2, I have this beautiful rose quartz. And for pile number 3, we're going to bless it with a little pyramid. We have this blue calcite. It's blue Caribbean calcite. So you guys are a calcite pile. You guys also might want to look up calcite, especially yellow, peach, and blue and the meanings if you feel very drawn to those. Also, this was from the Hermit pile, and this is a beautiful angel aura, which is absolutely beautiful. It's much prettier in person than over this camera because the camera cannot pick up the pretty rainbow in it, but I love it. All right. So feel free to pause the video, pick pile 1, 2, and or 3. You can pick multiple piles if you're drawn to multiple piles, but multiple piles could confuse you. But just know you could pick multiple piles if you feel like you have more than one message. And feel free to pause the video if you need more time to decide which pile is yours, and then unpause whenever you are ready. All right, guys. Well, first of all, I just want to run down a couple of things really fast before I end this reading for you. After I do the final message, I'm going to talk about what we will talk about in the extended. Yes, that's going to be good. Okay, so first of all, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for your likes, your comments, your shares, and spreading the word on social media and telling your friends. Thank you guys. If you guys have not subscribed, I want to invite you guys to subscribe at this time. Welcome to the channel and click the notification bell. That will give you guys all updates of whenever I release new videos. Also, thank you guys so much for watching my ads for 30 seconds while they play on mute in the background while you do something else. That supports me and helps the channel for sure. And thank you guys for all of your donations that you guys have been sending my way through PayPal, Super Thanks, and Venmo, because your donations help keep this channel alive. If you guys would like a private reading, feel free to go to my website, which is fairyastrology.com, and I can give you guys a reading on your relationship, situationship, or connection in 15-minute intervals. So I would give you a reading for 15 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes, or an hour, and the pricing is accordingly on the website for that. And I can do it over the phone or over video chat, so Skype, Zoom, FaceTime, WhatsApp, wherever you are in the world. And I do a combination of tarot, astrology, and oracle to help you out. So if you need my help, let me know. All right. So back to your final message. For those of you who have picked this beautiful protective crystal, which does come through a lot, especially if you are connected to that bear energy. Your person... yes, exactly. It's more confirmation of what you've already felt. Okay, so number 1, they felt a lot of love for you, a lot of compassion. You really cared for them and gave them that protective bear energy, mama bear energy, nurtured them, protected them, even when nobody else would have cared, even if nobody else would have tended to them in that way. And I feel like they really felt a lot of compassion for all of the caring and the tenderness and the nurturing that you gave to them. They really felt grateful for that. Because of that, it says, I need more time to figure this out. It seems like that the gratitude that they felt for your compassion made them be like, okay, let me actually really take pile 2 seriously, and let me figure out if this can be more. It seems like the compassion and the gentleness and the love that you gave to your person made them really think, okay, maybe we could have more here than we do, and I need some time to figure out if this can be more. And then it seems like they are waiting for you. So yes, so it seems like your person was feeling like they needed some more time. They needed to wait. They need to see if you guys could be together. And also they might still be actually right at this moment waiting for you. They also might be waiting to talk to you. They might be waiting for the right time. So there is this. And your person also might pressure themselves in regards to figuring things out fast and then getting anxious when they can't. All right, for those of you who have picked this beautiful rose quartz, your cards are guilty. And then light side, no one compares to you. I'm full of joy in your presence, and this love scares me. Okay, so I would say this is a little bit of a reversed order. I would say your person had the thought, no one compares to you. I am full of joy in your presence. So your person felt total happiness, total joy, total like 10 of Cups energy, and felt like you exceeded anybody else in their life, even a potential relationship that they might have been in or are in. And it seems like they felt so much happiness being with you that it actually made them feel really guilty, especially again if they're in third parties. And it says riddled with guilt and shame. They also might have felt like, wow, you are perfect and amazing, and they felt inferior to you and felt shame in comparison, or like, I'm not as good as pile 2. I don't know if I can live up to that. They deserve a king, and I am barely a Knight of Wands in reverse at best. So they might have had some low self-esteem. And because of that, it seems like they got really scared, especially with the 11. So maybe 11/11 or November or January 1st. So it seemed, or the 11th of the month. So it seems like your person got scared away and got spooked. So it seems like they thought so highly of you, and then it made them feel so guilty about that, and then they got freaked out. For those of you who have picked this beautiful blue Caribbean calcite crystal, your person. Okay, this is interesting. I don't normally take this in reverse, but I would say, okay. So your person says, do you trust me? Trust. So it seems like you guys were building a big trust and a big bond between the two of you. And then it seems like your person was feeling very emotionally close to you. When that happened, it seems like your person had the thought, I can't go against my family. So your person had a lot of like maybe guilt, like this section. They also might have felt like with the two of you that they were feeling like, wow, I can't go against my family. I can't abandon my children. I can't go against my parents' wishes. I can't, if my sister hates her, I can't go with her, that kind of thing. So it seems like they might have been getting negative messages from their family, or they might have been feeling like to be with you would be betraying their family or going against their family or abandoning their family or not honoring their family in some way. And then it says now is not the time, but that's in reverse I got, which normally I wouldn't take it. So I feel like right now, immediately today, maybe is not the right time, but it seems like it might be almost the time, or them saying like, not now, but the second I get a free second, yes. So I feel like your person is like, now is not the right time today, or at 12 o'clock, but yes, soon. But now is the time in my life for this. So your person actually might be thinking about going against their family, or might be really challenging their beliefs in regards to their obligations to family versus their obligations to self. All right. So that is what I have for you guys for your final messages. Now I'm going to cover what we are going to look at in the extended. So I feel like we're going to start to look at Journey of Love 2. I'm going to get more unsent messages from them that they did not say. I will also get messages from Divine Masculine. More unsent messages. Things they did not say. More insight into them, into their psyche. I'm also going to get more late night thoughts. We're going to get more thoughts about what they did not say last night, or thoughts that they thought about you but they did not express. All right. Unexpressed thoughts, unsent messages from Chocolate Candy Kisses, Sugar Rush of Love. And I feel like they need one more. Okay. Sexual fantasies they have not expressed. All right, I have my 18 plus sex deck. I will use this towards the end so that I will do these 4 piles or these 4 card decks for all of you. And then if you want to stay tuned for the 18 plus part, we can, but I'll give you guys a heads up if you want to click off before that. All right. So that's what I'm going to cover in the extended, you guys. I hope this has helped you. Again, you guys are pile 2. You guys are the book pile. And I will see you guys in your extended. So just go back to the description box and scroll down for pile 2, the book. And if you're not joining me, I will see you guys next time. No worries. I'll see you in another video, in the comments, in a private reading, or in any of my archives. See you later, guys. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading today. I am so glad you guys are here with me today. This video focuses all about their unsent messages. What have they wanted to tell you, but they either chickened out, or they thought better of it, or they deleted it, or they didn't have the courage to send it. So we're going to focus on everything that they have not said. You guys have picked a couple of cool things from the intro. Number 1, I'm like in love with these typewriters. I feel like they're so cool, right? Like they're so cute. You guys picked a Shakespeare quote. So you or your person might be connected to Shakespeare. You might be connected to theater. This Shakespeare quote says, "To be or not to be, that is the question." Also, this connects to Hamlet. So you guys might have a connection to that play, or your person might. So this is very interesting. Also, your person might be very close to their dad or have some, wounds in regards to their father. Because I know Hamlet had some wounds in regards to daddy a little bit. So there is that, or some uncle wounds. So there could be something like that going on with you and your person right now. Or that might be coloring their wounds connecting to you, or maybe why they don't communicate certain things. You guys have also picked this very cool deck. This is called Untold Truths of the Heart. Ooh. Untold Truths of the Heart is the deck that you have picked. And on the back of it, there are a couple of cards here, but this one says solitary. And it says withdrawn, lonesome, and single, and clarity, which is honesty, intention, and truth. So your person may know that they need to be single in order to be with you. Your person might have gotten the clarity to be honest with you, to tell you their intentions, and to tell you their truth. Or maybe they have not had the courage or bravery to communicate with you the clarity or the realizations that they have gained, or to communicate their intentions with you. So there is this, and then also they might be in a withdrawn, lonesome, or single time period, or being single or being by themselves will give them this clarity. Also, I have picked for you guys the Blissful Dolphin Tarot, which we're going to use to channel for you more about your person. I'm going to create a relationship spread where I layer the tarot and the Untold Truths of the Heart Oracle together to get some insight for you. And I also have this beautiful Soulmate rose quartz crystal and this gorgeous titanium quartz. And I'm going to put this in frame for you so you can see it with your little typewriter. So that is very cool. I'm going to switch it around. All right, so that will bless your reading for you today. All right, so now I'm going to take the Blissful Dolphin and I'm going to do my traditional relationship spread. I also will have this is very cool. I'm also going to have an extended at the end of this reading as well. So I hope you guys check it out for more unsent messages as well as extra stuff. The card that flipped out though is Wheel of Fortune. Your person is waiting for the right time for an opportunity to be able to confess to you some of these untold truths in their heart. So that's very interesting. All right, so 3 cards. This is what you haven't told your person. There may be a lot of reasons of why you have not sent these messages, but this is something that maybe you have had to say or wanted to say or thought about saying that you didn't say. This is their side. Unsent messages to you. This is more like immediately, like within the last maybe week or two, very recent. This is representing the past in the past few months, or maybe even beyond that. Messages that they have not sent to you or haven't told you things in the past, few months or even beyond. Then we have three cards in regards to unsent messages or what might be going on in the future, maybe what they would have trouble saying in the future or what they want to say. Now, the cool thing is that the future is unwritten and your typewriter is actively sending messages here. So you might be more communication than, let's say, pile 2 with your person. You might be in more communication with your person than that. And it might be that your person is a lot more able to articulate their words because the typewriter is actively typing. Now, this card will represent what they might say to you beyond 3 months' time, or what they're having trouble saying, or what they might express. And we're going to also see in the tarot cards, too, if it's likely that they will be able to communicate it to you, if they'll be able to get there, or if there's, you know, truth that they can share with you that will be very productive. So I'm going to do 2 untold truths of the heart on your side, but 3 on their side. And I will not take reversals for the oracle, but I will for the tarot. 3 cards for what they did not say to you beyond, like, you know, beyond like a 2 week time in the past. Cards that they may or may not say to you in the future, and then beyond that, beyond 3 months' time. So let's see here what's going on for you on your side. All right, I get confusion and deja vu. It seems like, puzzled, unsettled, and unclear. It seems like you have not known what to do. You've been a little unsure of how to handle the situation between you and your person. The confusion card almost reminds me of the moon card in the tarot. It would be interesting if the moon shows up in your spread somewhere, because it seems like you might be feeling a little confused or unsure of what to do. And because of that, it has made you not share with your person maybe some things that you would have otherwise. So there is this, but you have maybe felt a little unsettled in regards to this. And I get deja vu, past life, karmic lessons, repeated patterns. It seems like for you, you want to make sure that you're not repeating negative patterns or repeating, like you're wanting to learn the karmic lesson. You're not wanting to do repeated patterns. You're not wanting to continue cycles with your person where you guys do the same thing over and over that doesn't serve you. And I get that you do feel a very strong past life connection with your person. So I feel like you probably haven't told them this, but that you feel it. You haven't told them that you're confused about this situation and that you don't know what to do here, but that you feel that. And it seems like you also haven't told them that you want to avoid falling into negative patterns, but you feel that. Now, for you on your side, I get King of Cups in reverse, 10 of Swords upright, and the 7 of Wands. So what's interesting about this is either you guys have gone through a breakup with the 10 of Swords, but you guys haven't really talked about the ending, or you have wanted to end things with your person and break up with them, but you haven't verbalized it yet because maybe you've been confused or unsure. Also, maybe you guys broke up, but you guys are still talking and you're like, do I end it for real? Do I cut off communication? Do I delete them or block them? You might be thinking, do I break up with them? So it seems like you're thinking about an ending. You might even be thinking, how do I end a certain behavior of ours or a cycle of ours or a behavior of theirs so that we can have more of a better relationship? But either way, it seems like that there is an ending here that you guys might not have been talking about. Maybe you guys broke up, but you want to talk about the ending, or you want to get closure, but you haven't gotten it. The King of Cups is you're seeing your person as probably not very evolved. You're probably seeing them maybe as a water sign energy that's not really in alignment. King of Cups is a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces energy, a divine masculine that's not congruent or not like doing the things that you need them to be doing right now. So it seems like it's a little tricky. So the King of Cups in reverse, you're probably feeling like, man, I really wish that we had a stronger communication about the love. Also, it seems like maybe you feel like you haven't been able to tell your person that you love them, or your romantic feelings for them, or your feelings for them back. It seems like maybe you haven't been able to communicate that, because I get the 7 of Wands, but it seems like your resistance is really like fading away. So if you have been putting up walls or boundaries or barriers against your person, if you've been really trying to see if they're going to fight for you or come forward for you despite your resistance, it seems like your resistance or your guard is probably lowering right now. So I'm getting the 7 of Wands in reverse. So it seems like it's kind of lowering, or maybe you are dropping your defenses a little bit, or maybe you're making it so that it's not going to be so difficult for them to get to you. Or maybe you're getting to a point where you're going to start to maybe communicate some of these things. All right, so your person in regards to, all right, so I'm not taking reversals for the oracles. It seems like your person hasn't been able to tell you why they maybe have kept you at a distance. It seems like your person also has wanted to talk to you about the separation and the breakup, but they haven't. I get barriers, separation, and space. So it seems like your person hasn't been able to communicate to you maybe why you guys ended or how they've been feeling in the separation or in the distance if you guys are separated. If you guys are geographically separated, your person might want to talk to you about how they feel with this geographic distance between the two of you. But it seems like they definitely have wanted to talk to you about, and maybe started to, but deleted messages in regards to talking to you about the distance, the separation, and maybe what they've been feeling in the interim. It also seems like your person does want to give you an apology, return, forgiveness, and gifts. They might have a gift for you. They might feel like if I give pile 3 a gift, it might be easier than telling them with words. They might feel like they would rather show you than tell you. It seems like maybe a gift would be easier than thinking how to say something, and maybe a gift would be better received than maybe words that could be misinterpreted or triggering. It seems like your person wants to return to you. I get the return and forgiveness. They would like to apologize and ask for your forgiveness. They probably have typed this out and deleted it. Infatuation, adoration, addiction, and compulsion. Your person feels pretty addicted to you. They feel pretty infatuated with you, or they've been wanting to share this with you, but then they've deleted it, or they've wanted to tell you and then they've minimized it, or they've deleted it. It seems like your person wants to tell you how much you mean to them. They want to apologize and say sorry, and they want to talk to you about what happens with the distance and the separation. Now, your person does not want things to be over, but your person has been in a very selfish space. Your person is also, that's not 7 of Wands, it's 7 of Swords. Your person is being strategic and is maybe hiding things or lying to you or not telling you these words because they are not wanting to have you break up with them or end it or cut them out of your life. So that's why your person is kind of playing it safe here. With maybe not even saying sorry or not even giving an apology or talking about the separation, because your person is feeling like maybe you guys are on eggshells right now and they don't want you to piss you off or do anything that would cause you guys to not have a connection. So I'm getting the 7 of Swords. Your person also might have been wanting to come clean if they have been lying to you or if you've caught them in lies. I feel like your person wants to talk about that or about areas in their life where they are hiding things, maybe even not with you. They might be lying or hiding things from other people and wanting to unburden themselves to you about that. So there could be third party lying. So it seems like that there is definitely a desire to unburden their soul or their conscience or come clean about some stuff with the apology and the 7 of Swords. But I'm getting Death card in reverse. This is Scorpio energy. And I'm also getting King of Wands in reverse, which is interesting how you both see your person as a king in reverse. So they know that they've been out of alignment. You know that they've been out of alignment. You see them as a romantic person out of alignment. They feel like they see maybe their sex life or their sex out of alignment or their sense of self out of alignment. They might feel like, wow, you know what? I just have not been myself lately. I just feel like I've been doing things that are out of character for me. So I get the Death card in reverse, the King of Wands in reverse. Maybe your person has been overly selfish. Maybe your person has not been taking action on you. And it seems like they don't want things to be over, but maybe they feel unable to take action at this time. Maybe they wanted to explain that and they did not tell you about that. But it seems like your person still feels very attracted to you and that they would like to continue to pursue you, but they also might feel a little stuck right now, or they might feel like if they were to pursue you, that would just be them being selfish right now. So it seems like they want to turn around their behavior and treat you better than they have, and they're probably a little unsure how to navigate that. In the past, your person felt a loss, they felt resentment, and they also felt a strong connection with you and a depth. So first of all, loss, grief, sorrow, pain. Your person might have gone through sadness, grieving, loss of you, especially if you guys have ended or broken up. I feel like for a lot of you, the scenarios in this pile is that you guys have ended things in a certain way, maybe not officially or entirely, or maybe not completely out of each other's lives, but some sort of ending, or definitely some kind of ending of a connection or a situationship or a breakup. And it seems like your person is grieving this. They feel a lot of sorrow. They feel a lot of pain about this. They haven't shared this with you. But they feel a lot of loss. And I get resentment, which is stinging words, bitterness, and anger. It seems like maybe you or they have been trying to not express the grief to each other Yeah, they've been trying to not express their grief to you. They also have been trying to not say stinging words or bitter words or resentment words or anger words towards you. So they were trying to actually protect you from their own negative emotions. They were trying to have self-containment, and they were trying to treat you only nicely. And so they were trying to hold back saying something hurtful or something that they wouldn't mean. They also might have been trying to hold things back because they didn't want to get resentment words from you or stinging words from you or have you be bitter or angry or anything at them. But I get depth. It seems like in the past, even in the past few months or even beyond that, they have definitely gotten some self-awareness. It also seems like that they feel like their feelings for you are very complex and they're not quite sure how to navigate that. But they also feel the sense of importance. So they feel the depth, they feel the sense of importance, they see they're aware of this, and they haven't told you this. They haven't told you how important to them you are in their life in a way that maybe makes sense to you or at all. It seems like maybe they haven't told you that the situation is very complicated. It seems like maybe they haven't told you about, just kind of like the depth of the connection that they do feel with you. In the past, I get 6 of coins in reverse, 3 of swords in reverse, and the 2 of pentacles. So it seems like in the past, your person went back and forth a lot in their mind about opening up to you and sharing things like this with you. They've been going back and forth in their mind about, how do I tell pile 3 this? What should I tell pile 3? How should I do it? Should I even do it? If I do it, what will happen? So they were weighing a lot of the consequences. They were doing a lot of careful thoughts and careful consideration and careful thinking about things. How much do I let pile 3 in? How much do I share with them? So they probably said some stuff and then backtracked and said some stuff and then edited it. I feel like your person might have said a lot of words that were edited. 6 of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like they wanted to talk to you about but didn't, in regards to where they dropped the ball, where they did not show mutual effort, where they were maybe making promises that they weren't able to fulfill, or maybe even where they made false promises. It seems like with the 6 of Pentacles in reverse, it seems like maybe they wanted to be more generous or more giving to you, or give you more financially than they did, or at least put more effort into the connection than they did. And then I get the 3 of Swords in reverse. Again, it seems like they weren't able to tell you about their grief, their sorrow, their loss, what they've been going through, their hardships, their pain. They probably have been swallowing it and have been keeping all of their pain and their sad feelings to themselves. Then I get, in the future, damn, okay. I feel like these cards are that they're going to tell you this. So in the future, what I feel like they will tell you is I get epiphany, euphoria, and vows. Now I'm going to show you the main 3 words, and then I'm going to read the smaller words. So they are going to tell you that they've had a major epiphany, that you are the one, that they want to commit to you, and this is going to make them, and that they've been so happy with this euphoria and this euphoric understanding and epiphany, and that this has been incredible for them. It seems like this epiphany has given them so much happiness. It says chasing thrills, joy, and laughter. Maybe they were oh my God, I just started laughing so hard because I was oh my gosh, I get to be with pile 3 and this is what I've really wanted. Or maybe you give them some sort of encouragement which makes them feel oh my gosh, I can have this. This is great. So it seems like they get really, really, really happy. They have this epiphany, which is realizations, understandings, and awakenings. And it says vows, it says commitment, priorities, and fidelity. So your person's going to try to be honest, monogamous, faithful, committed, and be so happy about this and feel wow, I can have pile 3 and this is amazing. So it seems like your person gets some kind of reassurance that gives them a lot of validation that feels that you guys can be together. Because I feel that they are sharing this with you. So either they have this realization and it makes them so happy and they share it with you, or you give them enough reassurance or enough of a green light for them to be able to be oh my gosh, this. Then I get the 6 of Wands, obviously, the 2 of Swords, and the 9 of Coins. Okay, so your person is going to tell you that actually they want to come back in. They would like to be your hero. They would like to be this Prince Charming that gives you everything. They want to be generous and prioritize you and be the hero. And that they have just finally decided with the Two of Swords, they finally made this choice. They finally made this decision that they do not want to be single. They do not want to be alone anymore. They don't want to be without you. They're going to come rushing in this big demonstrative kind of Leo way. And they're going to be all like, oh my gosh, my queen, I am in love with you. I want to marry you. You're my truest love. And this is everything. So they're basically going to give you maybe everything that you would ever want a person to say to you. However, I also feel like maybe you're not sure if you do want this with your person. But I do feel like that they would tell you this. And then I get Harmony, and I get the Six of Swords. Okay. I got that this was kind of in reverse, but then it was kind of upright. So Harmony, it seems like beyond a 3 months time, it seems like they would like to continue with you. I get peace, I get balance, and I get friendship. So I feel like if you're not interested in this major relationship, marriage, or whatever that they are wanting, then they're like, all right, well, let's still keep the peace. Let's have good things between us. We can still be friends. We can still do that. If you're like, yes, I'm down for it, let's get married and have a relationship, then they'll be like, awesome, cool, let's have a peaceful relationship where we're best friends and lovers and have everything amazing. Six of Swords, are you upright or not? Which one? Not. Okay, so you're not. You're in reverse. Six of Swords. So this is about being able to be still a team. So maybe they're like still not on board with being able to be a team with you. Maybe they don't want to give away that much power or that much control or whatever. So I feel like they're still going to want to try to like dominate the connection or be the one in charge of the connection. Like, I'm getting that you prioritize their needs with the King of Cups. They're prioritizing their needs with the King of Wands, and that they're probably still going to be maybe more on the selfish side of things. That they're still not really going to want to take your needs into account, but they are still going to want to still connect with you and be with you and have harmony and peace and balance and friendship and everything. Maybe more balance. Maybe it's less selfishness on their part, more of a team, but with them having the final say or something like that. Or maybe it's just that they take charge and they lead and they make plans. And that's also great, you know, like they make sure they get their needs met because they're the ones coming up with the ideas for the dates. And they're the ones that are like, this is where we're going and I'll drive us here. Like they still have like a take charge leadership energy, bordering a little still bit on the selfish, but a little more balanced than it was. Okay. All right, now let's go to some messages from them. So I'm going to go to, okay, I'll go to Stellar Energy Oracles. And then because I am getting close to the time, I'll go to the final message after this. But it's fine because the extended has a ton more unsent messages from them. So no problem. But the card that comes out first is Unexpected Event. And I will actually take this chunk of them for your messages. So you might have, or your person might have, a tower moment where there is some chaos or epiphany or sudden realization that they get where they're like, oh my gosh, this. It also seems like they've probably already had some realizations and epiphanies about you that they just not have said. So they probably, because we've gotten a lot of cards about awareness and clarity. So I feel like your person has had a lot of clarity and awareness, and I feel like they probably haven't really let you in about all of it. But I do like this card for you, and I get, yeah, broken silence. They're going to tell you about this pretty quickly. They also might have had the awareness that they're going to need to break the silence. They're going to need to talk to you. They're going to need to, maybe they were like hoping you would, and by like looking at your social media and then you never did reply or whatever because you're like, well, I mean, there's nothing to reply to. You're looking at my stuff, but you're not doing anything. And so maybe they were like, all right, I need to take initiative. I need to break the silence. I need to make a move. So it seems like maybe they felt like that. Or maybe there were messages that they sent you to break the silence if you guys are in no contact, low contact, and it seems like maybe they deleted them. So there is this. Also, maybe they were planning on messaging you and breaking the silence, and then an unexpected event happened in their life, and they're like, oh, wow, I can't, not right now, though, but oh, wow, actually, now this thing has come up, and I can't now. So it seems like there may have been, like, other external events happening in your person's life, which would be interfering right before they were about to send you a message, and then they were like, oh, crap, well, now I can't do it. So I feel like there were some unexpected events or unexpected things happening where they were like, oh, I can't. Further, to describe unexpected event, it says revelation, upheaval, and endings. Yeah, there may have been an unexpected ending between the two of you. And again, you guys haven't talked about it. Unexpected, shocking events have shaken things up. It also might have been some events in their life, with their job, with their family. It might have been in regards to their living situation. It might just be political or society stuff. But it seems like there were some unexpected events that were happening that made your person feel a little bit like discombobulated, like they needed to get their bearings, they needed to get grounded first, they needed to get like calmer first. They didn't want to like talk to you in the middle of like an emergency or in the middle of a chaos or something. And then more with broken silence is, yeah, honesty, courage, expression. Open up, be vulnerable, and express your true feelings. So your person was having a tough time being vulnerable and expressing their true feelings. Maybe they tried doing things, but it was like a failed attempt or it didn't land the way they thought it would land. It seems like maybe they were trying to transmute the energy and trying to change this connection for the better, but maybe it didn't really work or wasn't really effective. I get bountiful harvest. It says growth, abundance, and patience. Plant seeds new, watch them grow, and enjoy the fruits of your labor. So this is very cool. So it's, plant seeds now. They really felt like they needed to plant some seeds with you to make something better later on down the road, but they weren't able to do it. Maybe they were going to try to send you some messages that would set things up and structure things so that you guys could be together later. Maybe they needed to end things for now to resume later. I had a guy do that to me when I was in school. So I was engaged to a guy from high school, and he's like, let's pause our relationship for you to go off to college, and when you come back, then we'll unpause the relationship and we can get back together like in 4 years later on down the road. So maybe they thought they needed to end it for now, but they could reunite with you later. So there is that. So it seems like maybe they were going to try to do that and then they didn't, or they were going to try to set the stage so that later on you guys could be together. Then I get time out, and it says timing, patience, waiting. Time is of the essence. So your person probably wanted to talk to you about maybe like, when can we set up a good time, or when can we talk, or when can we do this, or, oh, let's schedule something, or can I come over? But then they deleted it. They didn't. Maybe they were gonna, and then an event happened, and then suddenly things happened, or things suddenly changed, or maybe they want to talk about the thing that maybe derailed the relationship suddenly and unexpectedly. So it seems like that. And then it says secret admirer. And it seems like that they definitely are acting like a secret admirer to you. You probably see them sniffing around you in some way, or you see them kind of like circling in some way. So it seems like there is this, but it seems like maybe they wanted to tell you that like they are your biggest fan, or like they are such an admirer of you, or that they really follow along with what's going on in your life, but then they didn't. And it says intrigue, watchful, and attraction. So they wanted to tell you about their attraction for you, but they held back. They wanted to tell you how much you intrigue them, how much they want to like know everything that's going on in your life, but then they held back. And it says you've caught someone's eye. So definitely that. And then moving forward, and it says movement, endings, and cycles. So your person wanted to talk to you about how you guys could progress this connection or move this connection forward, but then they didn't. And it seems like, yeah, your person was thinking, wow, I really want to move forward into a new chapter with pile 3, but then they did not. So there is that. And also, again, movement, ending, cycles. They might have wanted to talk about the ending of a relationship or the end of your connection, or how can you guys end a cycle that you guys are in, but then they did not. All right, so now I have a final message for you guys. I'm going to pick Ocean of Emotion, and I'm going to layer that with light side, shadow side messages, and then I'm going to include, the Hermits. And this is going to be interactive, and you guys are going to be able to pick your pile. So we're going to see either their light side, shadow side messages that created an emotion which had them hold back something important that they would have said, or it's going to be the emotion they felt first, which led them to this vulnerable thought, which led them to not send the message to you. So one way or another, I did pile 2's reading already, not pile 1 yet. I've done pile 2, and they kind of made sense sometimes in a different order. So we're going to see which comes up for you. And then we're going to do Hermit. So what they did not say. So the vulnerable thought they're feeling, and then that explains why they did not tell you, and then what the thought was that they did not tell you. All right, so there's this. So for you with your person, if you guys are drawn to pile 1, I'm going to symbolize it with this beautiful cupcake fluorite, which is very saturated and dark and beautiful. For pile 2, I'm going to symbolize it with this gorgeous amethyst. And for pile 3, if you're drawn to pile 3, I'm going to symbolize it with this beautiful rose quartz. So feel free to pick piles 1, 2, and or 3, whichever one or ones you are drawn to. Again, remember, if you pick more than one pile, it could be a little confusing for you, but there may be messages for you in multiple piles. Feel free to pause the video if you need more time to pick the pile that you are drawn to, and unpause it whenever you are ready. All right, guys. Well, first of all, I just want to thank you guys so much for being here and for watching this video. I really appreciate all your likes, your comments, your shares, sharing with your friends, sharing on social media, spreading the word. I really appreciate you guys watching my ads for 30 seconds while they play in the background on silent so you guys can do other things and not be bothered. And then watching my ads really does help support me, so I appreciate it, as well as all of the donations that you guys have sent in the past to the channel, to my Venmo, to my Super Thanks button, and to my PayPal as donations, as thank yous for these readings, because that really helps my channel stay alive and keep going, and I appreciate that so much. If you guys have not subscribed yet, feel free to subscribe. You guys can hit the notification bell that gives you guys updates for all new videos. Whenever I release anything, you guys will be the first to know. And if you guys would like a private reading, my website is fairyastrology.com. I give you guys readings with astrology, tarot, and oracle, and we can check into anything in your situation that you want. And I do them in 15-minute intervals, 15 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes, or an hour, priced and structured that way, over the phone or over video, so Zoom, Skype, FaceTime, WhatsApp. And if you need my help, I'm here for you, so let me know. All right, guys. So for you guys who have picked this very mysterious cupcake fluorite, your person has felt independence, I need more time, and I am trying to bury my love for you. Okay, so your person, either they have felt you being independent and free, which has made them feel like, okay, if pile 3 is moving on, then I need to get over them. I need to get over them. I need to bury my love for them. I need to fall out of love with them. I need to release attachment. And then they would be like, all right, I need more time. So either the thought that they wanted to tell you was, I just need more time to get my life together so that we can have the relationship that we want. But when they saw you being all happy and free and independent, they thought, well, maybe pile 3 is better off without me. Maybe I shouldn't send that message. It says, I admire your freedom to be who you truly are. So your person was like, okay, well, pile 3 is happy. Pile 3 is free and independent. I'm not free or independent. And pile 3 is like living their best life. I don't want to mess it up or ruin it. And so they're like, I need to bury my love for you. They also might be thinking that for them, they need to be independent right now. They need to be free and be who they truly are. And so they need to not be in a relationship and bury their love for you. And they were going to tell you, I need more time. Maybe I can just get there in time with you. But then they were like, no, you know what? I think I need to prioritize my independence. So I would say, depending on your scenario, that it would go one or two ways for you guys if you picked this pile. For those of you who have picked this amethyst, your person feels sad, but light. I still love you. I want to be with you. And if I follow you, I could lose everything. Also, this is number 4, so April or the 4th of the month could also apply for you guys here. This is 5, so maybe May or the 5th of the month would apply here. So your person is feeling sad. I'm just miserable and I'm really tired of pretending that I'm not. And I still love you and I want to be with you. But if I choose to be with you, I could lose and follow. I could lose everything. And that also makes them sad. So your person might be torn between two scenarios, being with you or another scenario, and not having either thing, you or that other thing, causes them a grief. So they feel stuck between two things, where if they lose you, they're sad. If they lose this other thing, they're sad. It could be a third party, or it could be a job, or it could be like a whatever. So it's very interesting. So it seems like your person might be trying to wear a mask, and it seems like that they still love you, even though they are sad, And they were going to tell you that if they chose you, that they could lose something important to them, and that makes them scared to do that, or that makes them sad. And that's why they haven't made that decision yet. But they also might have been saying that they're so sad that they can't be with you, and they're tired of pretending that they're not, because they're still in love with you and they still want to be with you. And again, they would have to have the bravery to choose you or to move forward with you, because there is a sacrifice, it seems like, with you guys who picked this pile. There is a sacrifice that your person would need to lose something or give something up to be with you. Even though they're still in love with you, it might make them sad to do that, or it might make them feel sad to not be with you because they're still in love with you. So it seems like your person might have to sacrifice something to be with you, or they sacrifice you for this other thing, but it seems like that makes them sad too. All right, for those of you who have picked this rose quartz, surrender, can we forgive and forget? Light, I feel your presence every day. And 8, I just want you all the time. So the 8th of the month, or August, is pertaining to this card as well. So your person was really feeling like, I want there to be peace between us. I don't want there to be anger or animosity. I want us to be on good terms. I want us to be in each other's lives. I feel your presence every day. They feel bonded to you. They feel connected to you on a spiritual level. This person might be connected to you more in the 5D as well, or they might have felt a lot of you in the 5D, which led to them wanting to ask for your forgiveness, to apologize, and make things good between the two of you, especially because not only do they feel you all the time, but they want you all the time. So your person definitely wants to kiss and make up. They want to be able to be with you. They want to be able to surrender and have this connection. And it seems like, yeah, your person is very connected to you, and they feel that way for you. But they feel like they haven't told you just how much they want you, because they feel like you guys need to get in a better place first. Or maybe they need the courage or the bravery to do the apology, to do the repair. All right, you guys, that is what I have for you guys for the first half of this reading. For the second half, for the extended, we're going to focus on Journey of Love and Journey of Love 2. You guys get, for the first card, protection. I just want to keep you safe and warm. These are going to be more unsent messages that your person has not told you. They have not told you just how much they want to protect you. I'm going to put this here. Does this fit? So they have not told you how much they want to protect you and keep you safe. We're also going to focus on more unsent messages from Divine Masculine. Formulating an escape plan to leave the karmic partner. Your person might be getting out of a relationship to be with some of you. Something they have not said. Forgiveness. Again, we've gotten that a few times with an apology, the surrender card. So your person has not told you that they want your forgiveness, but they do. What they have thought about you late last night, what they did not say, but thoughts they thought about you last night, no one else understands me. So your person has been feeling very misunderstood. And then I have a passionate fantasy 18+ deck where these are going to be their unexpressed sexual fantasies to you. Now, this is going to be something which is optional because you guys don't always want to listen to the passionate part, but some of you really do. So, yes. Well, without showing the image, your person says, do you realize what you do to me? And there's a sexy image on this card, and I'll show you in the extended if you guys want to stay tuned for the 18+ part. But your person feels like they are at your mercy in a passionate, lustful way. So if you want to hear more of their unsent messages, I'm going to go deeper into these messages in the extended. You guys are pile 3. You guys are the Lavender Typewriter. Feel free to click on pile 3 and that link in the description box now, and I will see you guys there. And if not, I will see you guys next time in another reading, in another video, in a private reading, or in the comments. I'll see you later. Bye.